Coming up on Farm Truck Financial, everybody hates taxes, well, except my next guest. We're going to answer so many questions about taxes and so much more. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Farm Truck Financial, where wisdom and wealth ride shotgun. Join Eric Kearney, president of Retirement Wealth Advisors, who believes that the best kind of planning happens when four tires hit the road. So hop in. Today, we're talking about investment strategies that drive results.
Farm Truck Financial, we're riding with you.
Welcome to Farm Truck Financial. My name is Eric Kearney, president of Retirement Wealth Advisors, and today I am joined by Ray Kidwell, enrolled agent. Hey, Ray.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Want to talk about some taxes today?
Taxes? What are taxes?
Probably one of the most grieving things that people have in retirement, but Ray has got you covered. So, Ray, tell me a little bit about you, how you ended up where you are, because you actually are very successful. You have an office in Fort Myers, Bonita. You have a big practice, and really you have helped a lot of people. So give us a little bit of your background.
Well, I've really had only 3 jobs in my life. I started out at Shoney's Corporation. I was with them for about 13 years. Started out as a night cook, made my way to a district manager in Nashville, Tennessee. And so there, working with people and budgets and planning and all that fun stuff. I loved that.
Yeah.
Then I came to Southwest Florida in '96, started working at Kearney Industries. There, got in the accounting role. Then a company called Cemex came in and acquired them. Cemex is an international company. They were in 56 different countries. So I got to know more about international taxes, international accounting. Fell in love with that stuff. Then the housing crisis hit. I had to move to Tampa. So while I was there, I was kind of bored because everything was slowed down. So I literally went to an H&R Block so I could learn the personal taxes.
Oh, okay.
So I had fun with that as well. And I love just interacting with the client because it's the person on the other side of the desk that you're trying to help.
Right.
And that's what I love. So in 2011, Cemex career was finally over. I went to a local H&R Block here in Naples, started working there, was the manager of the store, and people were having problem with all those lovely IRS letters that they get.
Yes.
So I was able to work with all the people at the lovely IRS office in Fort Myers, got to know them really well, but I was getting aggravated because I couldn't help the client the way they needed to be helped. So I said, I'm going to buy a practice or I'm going to start my own. And that's what I did. Bonita was my first location, just right down the street. Bill Stops was selling his practice. We worked out a deal. So that was my first. And since then, I've acquired 10 other firms.
Wow.
One of them obviously being in the Fort Myers. We started that one in 2021. And we've been going at it ever since. I have 12 employees. And the customers first. The biggest complaint that we get is, oh my God, you guys actually answered the phone. Yeah. Well, it's amazing, but yes, that's what you have to do to take care of clients is answer the phone. So by doing that, we maintain that client relationship.
Right.
On our website, they can, schedule a in-person meeting with me. They can do a Zoom call, or they can actually schedule a phone call with me. Whatever it takes, we're there. It blocks out my calendar. They pick the date. I'm always there.
Right.
We don't close down after tax season because taxes are a year-round event, whether people want to realize it or not.
I always say it's a lifetime event, right?
Well, it is.
I mean,
yes.
and you're right, though. I mean, people really say, oh, tax planning is when I do my taxes, but it's not really. It's...
No. A lot of people down here, they have a home in pick a state, and they have a home in Florida. But what they think they're still going to get that exemption because, well, that was my home in Ohio.
Right.
Well, no, it's not. To the government, it's an investment property.
Right.
And you have to pay capital gains. So without planning, you don't know that.
Right.
And I tell them, anytime you make some kind of crazy decision financially, call me.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's good or bad for you.
Yeah. And I love that you answer the phone. Like we have concierge service at Retirement Wealth Advisors. And I'm like, as long as I'm around, we're always going to be answering the phone, right? Because you are that person that is between that client and their money, right? And that is really that. So it's like, you don't want a 1-800 number. You actually want someone to call and actually talk to them and wring their neck and so forth. So yeah. What do you think the biggest issues with people are right now with being an enrolled agent, what are people coming to see you about mostly?
Wow, it's a wide variety of problems. Obviously, you got the people that try to decide to do their taxes by themselves,
Right.
which they can, but they hit the wrong button and they get an IRS letter. They don't know what to do. So we handle hundreds of those cases as well. But mainly you get the people that are retired, and then all of a sudden they start receiving what's an RMD.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got to help them with that. And with the new tax law changes, Lord, there's a huge opportunity with the standard deduction going up if you're on Social Security and how much.
Right.
So it's just planning all the time with that retirement money.
Let's talk about that in our next segment. There is so much more to come because with one big, beautiful bill and so forth, many things are changing. So stick with us and we'll see you soon.
Do you have questions and concerns about your money, lifestyle, and retirement? Like so many, investors today worry about living expenses, healthcare costs, inflation, and stock market volatility. Instead of worrying, start planning. Eric Kearney and his team at Retirement Wealth Advisors want to sit down, get to know you, and start to build a plan that matches your vision and goals. Let's have a real conversation about what's important to you and how we get there. We'll help build you a plan based on your goals, lifestyle, and income needs, with financial clarity over complexity. Call us today for a farm fresh second opinion. Remember, you only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
And welcome back to Farm Truck Financial. We are having a great conversation today with Ray Kidwell. Ray, tax planning, doing taxes, income taxes, required minimum distributions. It's so complex and overwhelming to a lot of people that they procrastinate. Do you see a lot of people just putting this off?
Yes. You see a lot of people putting it off. They'll come in late December to start looking at everything, and you've only got a few days before the next year, but oh my God, how much money do I take out? And so it's rush planning. The best time to come in is like literally now. It is October, but you can come in October and we can start working on this for next year so that you know what's going on.
Right.
Even yesterday, I had somebody come into the office. They are 62, she's 61. He's thinking about taking his Social Security early, but they know that they have all these RMDs. Now they don't have to take the money till they're 73.
Right.
But if we start planning now to move money out of a traditional IRA into a Roth, how can that help them?
Right.
It's a prime opportunity to do that.
Right.
Don't wait to the last minute.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like too, even with like retirement planning or any kind of income planning, people are always procrastinating, waiting to the last minute. What happens is your options actually start to dwindle, right? And it actually makes our job more difficult. And that's what I always try to tell people is like, we don't want our job to be more difficult. We actually want it to be easier, but also provide you with more options for your money in your tax situation. So with everything that's changing with legislation right now, what are you seeing with the changes that are going on with one big, beautiful bill?
Three major components. The first one being in Southwest Florida, obviously, is if they're 65, they get an extra $6,000 per individual because they're on Social Security. Right. So a married couple, that's an extra $12,000. Right. That is huge. And the things that you can do with planning is just phenomenal.
Right.
The other ones that people are talking about are no tax on tips. The no tax on tip, believe it or not, there are some servers here that do quite well in tips.
Yeah.
And again, it's planning for them because a lot of that is self-employment income. $25,000 in tips for some people is nothing. So you have to do that financial planning for them so that they're making the estimated payments and setting money aside for retirement.
Well, I've heard that some of the waiters and waitresses at Ritz-Carlton down in Naples make six figures.
Easily.
So you're making six figures, but how much of that is really in tips? I mean, that is a big deal.
A lot of it's in tips, but the problem is they're not doing any financial planning for that money.
Right.
They're all earning it now and they don't want to do anything for the future. Right. So you have to help them with that so that I can point out the tax benefits of planning now.
Right. And so forecasting is really important. And I know that this is something that you and I talked off of air. A lot of CPAs or tax people are looking at the past 12 months. The thing about Ray is he's always looking into the future. So it's not what you've just done in the past 12 months, but what can we do in the future? How do you do that with your client base?
So when we complete their tax return, we've got actually a 3-year comparison going back. So we know what they've done, but yet when they come in for those meetings, we find out what their goals are for the future. So, well, I've talked to my financial guy and he's told me that I need to do this. Well, do you like that plan? Yes, I do. Okay, great. So on your tax return, we need to plan that out accordingly. So with the new tax law changes, you've got some extra benefits this year.
Right.
That's great. So we'll implement that. We know that they're set to expire in 28.
Yep.
But so when you go into 29, we will figure that out for you of what's going to happen because it should revert back to where it was.
Right, exactly. So I know also that you coordinate with our certified financial planner, Donna Crone, about our clients and your clients. So that relationship that we have with you does put that client in a better position because you guys are actually coordinating their entire situation.
Yes. She lays out the plan, what you guys have come up with, and then I work on the tax strategy, and then we will talk again before we meet with the client together in our conference room or your conference room, and we make the best plan strategy for that client.
Let me ask you something. I don't know why more people don't do that. People seem to have a tax person, enrolled agent, CPA, then they have an investment advisor or something. But why aren't people like working together? I don't understand that part.
They're scared. The client wants everybody to get along, but they've always treated as separate individuals instead of working as a group. In my office, we work as a team. So when you build your financial team, you need your tax guy, you need your financial guy, you need an attorney so that you can get everything together in one nice bundled package. If the attorney knows what your plans are, he can help you with the estate. If the financial guy knows what's going on, he can help you with your kids, your grandkids, your legacy, what you're going to do with it.
So in the next segment coming up, Ray and I are going to talk about what tax situations people are worried about or should be worried about. Stay tuned.
You know who has one of the toughest retirements? Procrastinators. You keep telling yourself, yeah, I'm going to get to that. But after months turn into years, you realize that time is one investment you can't buy back. The earlier you start, the longer your money works for you. Stop letting someday steal your future. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is right now. Don't let procrastination be the reason you work longer and retire smaller. Call us today for a complimentary review of your finances. And remember, you only retire once. So let's get it right the first time.
And welcome back to Farm Truck Financial. And right now, I'm going to have Ray tell us some of the top questions he is often asked by his tax clients. So, Ray, people come in. What are their top questions?
Well, lately it's been, okay, my mother or my father just passed away, and I am going to inherit an IRA. What does that mean for me?
Right.
What are my options? The other one has to deal with how much is my RMD going to be? I turn 73 in a few months, but I know an RMD, I'm supposed to take out so much money, but I don't know how much it is. Well, go talk to your financial guy. I don't know how much is in your account. So with the RMDs, you have to know what it was at the end of the year prior.
Right.
So 12/31 of 24, that would be your next goal date of what your financial was. And then there's a calculation that you have to do to figure out what your RMDs will be. But again, it needs some planning tax-wise and financially of how that's going to look on your return and what you're going to do with this money, because they've been working for years. And now they have all this extra money and they don't know what's it going to do to their tax return.
Right.
But where they could be doing something else with the grandkids, putting something in a 529.
Right.
And the inherited IRA, well, generally you get two choices. You're going to take it all at once, or you're going to take it over 10 years.
Right.
So if you spread it out over 10 years, what does that look like on their tax return? It is some planning. But again, you need to involve your financial person as well, so that together as a team, you can make the right decisions for you financially.
You know what's crazy, and this probably annoys you just as much as it does us. You know, you've got the Secure Act, you've got the Secure Act 2.0, then you got one big beautiful bill. The problem is that people know the very top layer of it, right?
Yes.
And they really don't understand what was also written in there.
That's
so
true.
it's our job to kind of go through that and say, well, I know required minimum distributions is going from 70.5 to 73, but there's a lot more, right?
Yes, there is.
And with the inherited IRA, there's a lot of people that don't realize, wait a minute, I've got to pay taxes on this over the next 10 years. And that's huge. So it's kind of throwing people in another tax bracket.
Oh, yes. Sometimes it will, because the amount of money, even with the RMDs, the same thing. It'll throw them into another tax bracket. They don't realize it because they've stuffed that money away for so many years.
Right.
And now it's boom, I have to start taking it out. Ah.
So you feel like people really aren't getting deep enough in it, right? So they go and do their taxes, but that's good enough, right? But they're not really doing any true tax planning, right? Until it's too late.
Right. So as a tax professional, I always try to tell the individuals, look, you just turned 70. In 3 years, this is going to happen. So you might as well start planning for it. Get with your financial advisor, get with me, and we can ease into this instead of, congratulations, you turned 73 this year.
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do?
Right.
So it is. Just always use the team approach, financial and tax.
The one thing is that we teach a local college course at FGCU and FSW, and it's amazing because when I ask people who knows about the Secure Act and the Secure Act 2.0, Ray, the thing is nobody raises their hands.
They wouldn't have a clue.
No, they wouldn't have a clue. And there's so much to do. So all of that money that the baby boomers have in traditional IRA money, 401k money, that is also probably one of the biggest tax grabs in history. That is how we're going to fund Social Security.
Yes.
So a lot of my clients are like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. I want to do tax planning. But the government is really banking on
literally
a lot of people not doing any tax planning and going through that whole Secure Act with the inherited IRAs.
Yes.
We should probably educate people more about how that actually impacts them, but it's very difficult to do that unless we're in front of them.
That's very true. So when we're preparing their taxes, that's what we try to do is present them with these opportunities, and that's what I call them because they are, of this. These are the steps that you need to take moving forward. Right. You need to get with your financial guy. Again, 2 years, you're 73. This is going to happen. You told me last year that your mother and father were not doing so well, and you had to move them into an assisted living.
Right.
So we've got planning for that, but after they pass away, what's going to happen with those funds?
Right.
So you have to present it when it's presented to you and get the financial person and your tax professional involved at the same time.
Right. I agree. So we've always said there are 5 things that you need with retirement wealth advisors. That is the financial plan, the income plan, the tax plan, the portfolio management, and concierge service. But you also want to have a true relationship with your enrolled agent like Ray. So if you have any questions, reach out to Ray. His information is below. If you have any more questions, reach out to us. Thank you so much for watching Farm Truck Financial, and we'll see you on the back roads of retirement.
Thanks for riding along with us today. We hope you got some good dirt. If you liked today's show, subscribe, like, and share with all your farm truck friends. We hope you'll join us for the next ride on Farm Truck Financial, where we're always planting seeds for a better future, 1 mile, $1 at a time.
Farm Truck Financial, we're riding with you down the back road steady.